Hey friends, how are you? Hope you're well. Welcome to Reads and Eats. My name is Fiona. I'm really glad you're here today and I hope you're going to enjoy this video. I've seen a lot of people doing kind of things that they do in autumn to be more cozy and things like that. So I came up with a list and I thought, it's not going to be that long. I don't know how long I'm going to be here chatting, friends, so if you want to pause the video, go make yourself a nice warm drink and snuggle under a blanket on the sofa or in your favourite chair and let's chat. Let's chat all things autumn, cosy, and things that I like to do within the autumn months. So the first thing is reading under a cosy blanket. Now I do have a Sherpa blanket downstairs, okay, but I also have this up here. And this is what they call a snuggle, okay? One of my best friends in Denmark sent it to me. And basically it has arms. You put your arms through it and it's like full body length, okay? This thing is the softest, fleeciest thing that it's just so good. I look like, if you remember Mickey Mouse in The Sorcerer's Apprentice or Fantasia, the sleeves are that big, that's what it looks like. But it is so cozy. I used that a lot when I was studying, I have to say. When I was studying at university, I was wrapped up in that. But I still like to sit in this chair at times and just snuggle into it and read. It is wonderful because I've got a radiator right next to where my chair is, which is beautiful. And on a day like this, which is at the moment blowing a hoolie outside, it's dry but it's blowing a hoolie, then, can totally understand that. I like to decorate my room to make it feel more cozy. So, as you can see, I've got there some autumnal pillow covers. Up there, I have some autumnal wall decor. I have my gonk, which says pumpkin spice and everything nice. I have behind here, I have an autumnal pumpkin decoration. Hold on. She says, no, I don't want to do that because I'm just going to make that fall. But I do have an autumnal decoration and another fall picture. And then on my bookshelves here, as you can see, I have fairy lights. So I tend to put them on at night as well. So it just makes it nice and cozy and homey, really. I also like to colour. I have a number of colouring books that I just like to just switch my time between. And when I'm doing that, I will put on one of these fall ambience videos that you find on YouTube because they're really nice. They're kind of like coffee sounds and, like coffee cafe sounds. And sometimes you sort of hear people sort of chattering in the background. Sometimes there's really nice ones that have like a log fire going and it's just like, it is just so nice. I can colour for like a couple of hours and I'm just lost in it and it's just really, really nice to do. You don't have to have an expensive colouring book. If you go onto Pinterest and type in downloadable or free printable colouring pages for adults, they will come up with lots of them and you can just download those and it's brilliant. And if you just got, I'm lucky and I was given some really wonderful colouring pencils and I have very good watercolour colouring pens. You don't need that. Bog standard is fine. Just enjoy going back to your childhood and colouring. It's fantastic. The other thing I like to do is make myself new bookmarks for the season. I haven't done that yet this year. That's on my list to do over the next week and a bit. I love to have autumnal bookmarks that I can just use. I make Christmas ones, I do make spring ones, but I do make autumnal ones as well. I just really like it. It's just something nice when you open your book and you see this lovely autumnal, whether it's a picture of falling leaves or a blanket with a mug on top, so it's going to be cozy. So I really, really like to do that. The other thing I really like to do, I think all bookworms do, is going to a bookshop, browsing and looking at books that deal with autumn. Kind of love looking at home and decor books. I just really, really like those. It's something I've always liked. Um, I have a small collection, but I would definitely like to get some more. Um, because I just think they're just so nice to sit and look at and get some inspiration from, and just enjoy seeing how other people have decorated their homes. It's really, really good. I really enjoy doing more baking at this time of year that incorporates like more spices and things like that. Yesterday, Dad, Mum, and I made a Bakewell tart. Although it doesn't have spices, it was the first time we'd made it, and it was really nice. It was really tasty. Yeah, there's some tweaks we'd make to it, but it was just, oh, it was so nice. But I mean, I love doing cookies where I can bring in things like cinnamon or pumpkin spice or nutmeg or ginger, just something to do, to bring some more warmth into whatever you're making. I also like to go for a walk either through like a forested area or along the beach. I haven't done this for a while because of health reasons, but it's something I would like to do again. I just think to be in either place, not have my phone. I can have my phone with me, um, but put the notifications on silent and just enjoy being in nature. Enjoy being where I am and surrounded by whatever I'm surrounded by. Um, I think it's really, really good to get out if you can and experience some of that. The other thing that is you can do is you can always have yourself, have a pot of soup going in your slow cooker or something like that, and then go out for your walk, and then coming back you're gonna have a hearty bowl of soup, which would be really, really lovely. Um, I think that would be, the other one would be, I'm going to leave it for winter. I'm going to leave it for winter, and then I'll tell you what else I can do. I might do one of these for winter as well. Around this time, yes, I do start thinking of Christmas and probably start making some gifts. Especially when I'm doing a lot of gifts that I want to make. The sooner I start, the better, because some gifts can take a while to make. So I started one way back in August. Have I finished it yet? No, I have not. It will get finished. I'll probably do some work on it today. But I just like doing, the earlier I start, it doesn't mean that I am going full out Christmas. No, I'm not. I'm very much staying in autumn, but I know that if I prep ahead, then I'm going to have a bit more time to enjoy more of the build up to Christmas and not be scrabbling around. So yes, that's one of the things I do. I also switch at this time my clothes from all my spring summer goes away, my autumn winter comes out. It doesn't take long, friends, I will tell you that. I think it takes me about maybe half an hour to do the switcheroo, which is great. But yeah, getting out the nice cozy clothes is great. I will also probably, excuse me, probably the next time I strip my bed and change it, I will put on my heavier duvet, because the nights are getting colder here, and I like to get into a warm bed, so my electric blanket is already on. Mind you, I have to admit my electric blanket doesn't come off. I don't like getting into cold bed, so I like to, even in the summer, if I will put my electric blanket on just for a wee bit, just to warm the sheets, and that'll be it. The other thing I like to do is change the background and lock screens on both my phone and my laptop. I think it's really nice when you come onto either of those and you see this really nice autumnal scene before you. I think it's a nice thing to do, to change it around. And I know there are a number of months. There's September, October, November on autumn. So every month I will change so that I have a different one for each month, which is really nice. So those are some of the things I do. Books that I would suggest that you read. I'm definitely going to say A Discovery of Witches. You know, that is, the All Souls trilogy is superb. It's actually not a trilogy anymore. There's book 5 has come out. So I'm going to put the All Souls series. But A Discovery of Witches starts in October. So autumn, the autumn time, and it just so good. One book that I've read recently that I loved, The Pumpkin Spice Cafe, I would definitely say yes. Give that a read. Yes, it gets a bit spicy. There are 2 spicy scenes. And, you know, if you don't like that, you can skip over it. You don't need to read it. Oh, it's a bad day for yawning, friends. I'm really sorry. But it is really good to read. Next book, I actually have it here. I brought some books here. Was How to Hygge by Signe Johansson. This is a lovely book. I'm actually going to be reading it. I'm going to reread it again. It has some recipes. It has lots of different ideas. How to hygge in nature. It's just a beautiful, beautiful book. So I would definitely recommend that as a read. Another hygge one is The Little Book of Hygge, The Danish Way to Live Well by Meek Wicking. Again, beautiful, beautiful, information, nice photos. So you could read something like that. We have to include the Harry Potter series. It was, I think to read the first one again, or you read them all because they all start at the beginning of term. So that, Harry Potter is a really good one to do. Then I would suggest A Cup of Autumn by Melissa McClone. This is part of a series that she's written, but they can all be read as standalones, and it is beautiful. It is a cozy read. I've read it I think a year ago or so, which was a reread, and I just absolutely loved it. Then I'm going to say The Night Circus by Erin Morgenstern. I loved that book. It has all the sort of magical mystery vibes that you possibly want at this time of year. I couldn't make this video without saying Jane Eyre. I love Jane Eyre by Charlotte Bronte. I know a lot of people don't like it, but it's one of my favourite classics, so I would definitely say at this time of year, yeah, you could read that. Anne of Green Gables, Anne of Avonlea, those two have got autumnal vibes just pouring out of them, and definitely a really good books to read. Other books would be books on things like quilt making, crochet, knitting, things like that might spark some ideas. Oh, I'd really like to try making that. So they are really nice. Even if you don't want to make them, just get them and look at them, because they are just so cozy and comforting to read. Then the other 2 books that I'm going to recommend to you are A Home for All Seasons by Kristen Peters. And she just takes you through ideas for making your home really lovely. I mean, this is obviously a summary one, but she has all the seasons covered. So definitely, I mean, how autumnal is that? So that's definitely one I haven't read it for a while, and I think I will do. And then the other one is called Easy Country, A New Approach to Country Style by Katrin Cargill. And again, you have beautiful illustrations, and it just tells you how, things you can do, and there are little ideas for makes and everything. So I love these kind of books. They are very me. I have. There was a big one I was going to bring out, but it's at the very bottom of a pile on the bookshelf, and I thought if I do that, it's going to fall. So I've decided just to sort of show a couple that were right here, that were close at hand. And then there's also a book called A Poem for Every Day of Autumn. I got that book a wee while ago. I think I got it last year and did do that. And I actually quite enjoyed having a book, a poem to read every day of the autumn seasons. I think my dad read it as well, so it was a really nice book to have. So it's nice to have something like that that you can just dip into, you know. So there are some books that I would like to read. Whether I will get them to get, I don't think I'll get to them this August, but at least I have a list of some that I would like to read. Autumn in Sycamore Park by C.B. Ward. I've read one of his books before and they are so good. It was a Christmassy one and I definitely want to read more by him. The Cosy Cottage Cafe by Rachel Griffiths. I just saw the cover of this and it just looks so beautiful. I thought, yep, definitely. Autumn Sky over Ruby Falls. I can't remember who wrote that because I didn't take that name down. That was silly. The Spell Shop by Sarah Beth Durst. That's on my definitely on my radar. Another one was Fall for Murder by Kathleen Suzette. I think that's a cozy and it looked really, really good. So those are some of the books that I would like to read. Probably, as I say, not this autumn, but if I get them at some point, I will just add them to a pile and it'll be like, okay, I can keep those. You know me, I don't necessarily just read seasonally. I kind of read anything and everything whenever the mood takes me. I'm very much a mood reader, so I will read things whenever. But you know, it would be a nice one to there'd be a nice pile to have. So we're now going to talk about TV shows and movies. I've just started rewatching season 1 of A Discovery of Witches, and my mum is watching it with me, and we're both really, really enjoying it. So definitely that one. Have to say, Gilmore Girls. You can't go out in an autumn without watching at least one or two Gilmore Girls because it's just so good. One that I haven't seen, but I've seen the premise for it, is called Sweet Autumn. It sounded really, 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 really cute. Then I'm going to say Mona Lisa Smile. I really like this. I love this one. If you like things like, what was it called? Robin Williams. Oh, Dead Poets Society. Then Mona Lisa Smile has that same vibe. It is Julia Roberts coming to a college where the girls are being, shall we say, trained for motherhood, but she thinks that a woman's life can be a lot more than that. And she sort of encourages the girls to think outside of what they're expected to do. Really, really enjoyed that one. You've Got Mail. Who doesn't love You've Got Mail? It is just a wonderful, wonderful movie. Now some BBC adaptations. The BBC adaptation of Jane Eyre with Timothy Dalton as Mr. Rochester. He makes a superb Mr. Rochester. Okay, so it was filmed in the 1980s, I think, and there are times when the door closes and you can see the walls shake. It's hilarious. But if you can get past that, it is such a good adaptation. Also, their adaptation of Pride and Prejudice, yes, the one with Colin Firth. It has to be the one with Colin Firth. That is, without a doubt, you have to do that. That one is a must. And then also their adaptation of Sense and Sensibility. It has Robert Hardy in it. It has Hugh Grant in it. It has Emma Thompson, Greg Wise. It is flooded with such great actors that I would definitely say, definitely watch it. TV show, another TV show is The Barefoot Contessa. Anything Ina Garten, definitely. I love The Barefoot Contessa. I love her programs, and to just watch some of them, especially some autumnal ones that she has, It's fantastic. We then come on to the original version of All Creatures Great and Small with Christopher Timothy, Robert Hardy, and Peter Davidson, Carol Drinkwater. They knocked that out the park. I absolutely adore watching that because I can remember like Sunday nights, Mum, Dad, and I all on the sofa watching it because it was just so good. We've been really lucky. We went to where they have a James Herriot Museum in Thirsk, and it is so good. You get to see around some of the sets of where, you know, the filming and everything. It was just so good. You can't go an autumn without watching Harry Potter or Twilight. You know, these are two others that, you know, you definitely could watch and feel autumnal and cozy. There are a couple of movies, TV shows that I would like to watch. Practical Magic. I actually have never read the book. I really want to read the book, but I've never seen the movie, and I want to do so. I've also seen a couple of episodes of Charmed and really, really liked it, and I would like to go back and watch more of that. There's also another witches TV series that was also movies, and I think the lady was the actress was Catherine Bell, and she was a witch. She owned a store in a small town. If I'm right, she married the local policeman. I cannot remember what it's called. If anyone can tell me, please let me know down in the comments, because I've blanked on it. But I remember watching some of that, and I would definitely want to watch that again, and watch more of it. Okay, music that I listen to. I quite like the autumnal jazz on the ambience music, the ambience videos. They're great. I haven't as yet listened to any of the autumnal playlists that are pre-made up on Spotify. It's something I would like to do, and it's something that I will do this autumn. Again, I would listen to one of those while writing letters to pen pals. That's another thing you can do in the autumn, is you can cozy up, put some music on, and write to your friends. Who doesn't love getting a letter through the post? I got one yesterday, and it was from one of my pen pals, and the way she had done it was brilliant. She had, for each section of the letter, she wrote each section on different pieces of paper and put them in envelopes. So I had about 5 or 6 envelopes to open, and it was brilliant. It was so fun. So that's something you could do, is write letters to friends. I'm sure they would love it. I also like to listen to Runrig, which is a Gaelic rock band, but it has to be with Donny Monroe as their lead singer. I'm afraid I didn't like the man that replaced Donny. I didn't like his voice. And listening to some of the Gaelic songs, it is like really, really atmospheric. It is like broody and autumnal and just so good. Some classical music as well is really, really nice to listen to. Again, moody, autumnal. It's just really nice to just have music going in the background while you're reading. It's really good. Also the theme music from Harry Potter and Twilight. There's just something about those themes that are just really, really good. So there are, definitely music around and available. Maybe some of your favourite bands, singers have books or songs that are autumnal, and you can listen to those. You'll be glad to know we're on to the last section, but this is other things that you can do that I may do some things on this list as well. Make yourself an autumnal journal that you can write in, copy out poems you like, put photos you love in it. You can also join friends and make a travelling journal where you decorate a page, then send the journal to a friend. They do the same and send it back. You can also send a letter or a card with a journal as well. So I think that's a really good idea. You know, a personal journal would be really good. Um, I think it's a nice way to record what you do during the autumn months. But this travel journal I've seen it from somebody else, and it was really good. As you say, she decorated 2 pages and but did some writing as well, and sort of maybe journaled a day or did that way, and then sent it off. And her friend, when she received it, decorated and sent back. So I think that's a really lovely thing to do. The other thing you can do is diffuse essential oils or a candle that makes the house smell delicious. We have now up behind that. Do not. I am reading sign. I have an oil diffuser that has, you put water in it and some essential oils and switch it on, and it will diffuse. I haven't put any oils in yet because I'm needing to get some new ones, but I will do it, and it'll be autumnal smelling. You can get loads of autumnal candles, which are really, really nice. So yeah, the reason I don't use candles is because of my asthma. The smoke just makes me cough. The other thing you do is make stovetop potpourri. Pinterest has lots of ideas for this. So even if you go on there and type in stovetop potpourri, they will come up with loads of recipes. And it's just a really nice way again to make your home smell nice. If you've got an old sweater that you love but you can't wear anymore for whatever reason, why not turn it into a cushion cover? Again, YouTube will have lots of videos on how to do this, and it's a great way to upcycle an old piece of clothing. Maybe it's a pullover that has sentimental value to you. Maybe it's one that you've just absolutely loved and you can't wear it anymore. Turn it into a cushion cover. Why not think about starting something like a cross stitch or embroidery that is autumnal themed? Again, Pinterest has a number of great ideas, and they will lead you to websites. I'm sure craft shops, Etsy, places like that will have kits that you can do. Again, another way to have the fire going, snuggled in a blanket, doing some cross stitch or embroidery with music on, superb. Or an ambience video, a lovely way to spend an hour or a couple of hours. Why not get your family together for a crafting afternoon? Maybe make handprints of each member's hands and then turn them into autumn leaves and stick them on a string to make a garland. I saw someone do this with her baby's handprints, and it just looks so sweet. So you paint your hand with autumnal colours, handprint it, and then you draw the veins on for the leaves and cut them out into your hand. If you do that, if you do pointy, you've got a pointy leaf. It's cheap, it's easy, and it gives you a lovely garland. And you could do it every autumn and just sort of see how people's hands have changed. The other thing I've seen going around, or other idea, is buy painting in a charity shop and autumnal it. Basically, if there's a painting with trees and a cabin and stuff, buy it, take it out the frame, get some acrylic paint, which is not expensive, and use it to turn the leaves autumnal, put it back in the frame, and there you have an autumnal painting. If you want to make it Halloweeny, you put some ghosts in. So that's quite a fun thing to do. Why not learn to crochet and make a crochet leaf garland? Again, YouTube has lots of videos that you can use on this one, and there will be simple stitches that any beginner can do, so give yourself a go at that one. This one I have to do. Go to a coffee shop, choose one of their autumnal drinks and treats, and sit by the window, people watching or reading. That's something I want to do this year. I think that's really nice just to go and people watch, or to enjoy just sipping your autumnal drink and eating your autumnal treat and just having some time. I think that is just a really, really nice thing to do. What you could do if you wanted, you could take your journal with you, or you can take a craft with you and do it there as well. Other ideas: make yourself a cozy nook where you can read, sew, knit, crochet, or write in your journal. If you have a favourite chair that you like, if you've got a favourite place in the house, claim it as your own. Cozy it up and just enjoy, even if it's 5 or 10 minutes a day in there, just for you to be and just enjoy a cozy time. Other idea is start a scrapbook of all you do in the autumnal season. So if you're going to a pumpkin patch, take some photographs and put it in a scrapbook. If you're going out for your cozy coffee or whatever, you can take pictures and just write about how you felt, etc. So that's a really nice thing to do. Next one is plant a pot of mums and put it at your front door. It just brightens up the front of your door, so every time you're coming in, it looks lovely. It's just a nice thing to do. The other thing is, if you can find some autumnal garland or put it round a window, just something simple like that, or sort of some dried autumnals that you can put in a vase. It's just something to brighten up your space. Look for new recipes to try this season. As I say, last night we did Bakewell tart. I've done sugar cookies so far. So try and find some new recipes to you. Pinterest is a valuable resource for this. Whether it be soups or whatever, but just have a look, see what there is, and see what takes your fancy. If you have the space, put out bird feeders and enjoy all those that visit. You can even get ones that stick to your window. So if you're in an apartment or a flat, get one of the ones that stick to your window and put the feeder outside, and then just sit and the birds will come. It's really, really nice just to watch the birds come feed, and it'll be, maybe see how many different species you get. Things like that. It's just lovely. How about inviting your neighbours to come for a soup lunch or a soup potluck? So you could do it that either you make the soup and everyone comes, or you have everybody bring their favourite soup, and then you get to taste the different soups. I think that's a really, really good idea. It's a nice it's a nice way to keep your friendship going with your neighbours, or if you don't know your neighbours, it's a lovely way to get to know them. Or even if you don't want to do soup, do a potluck of some form, or just invite them round for a coffee and some treats. It's just a really nice way to keep in touch with your neighbours. The other thing to do is do a book swap. You could combine it with your coffee or your soup and say, bring some books that you've read recently that you've enjoyed and that you want to get rid of, and do a book swap. It's something I'm thinking of doing, because we've got a lot of elderly neighbours, and I had thought of doing a little free library, but I don't think they would like people coming up and down the street, so I've decided not to. But what I may do is I may do the book swap with our neighbours and see how that goes. And my final idea is start a jigsaw. It doesn't have to be autumnal. If you love doing jigsaws but you want to do something different, do a jigsaw. You can get them. If you don't want to do a physical jigsaw, there are a number of free online jigsaw puzzles. Get those and do those, because it's just a really nice way to spend a wee bit of time just with a blanket wrapped around you, just doing some jigsaws. It's a really lovely way to spend some time. Anyway, friends, those are my ideas. I hope you've enjoyed them. Please let me know down in the comments, are any of them have they appealed to you? Are there any that you think I should do, or have you got some ideas for me, the things that I should do this autumn? I would love to know. Please, let's chat about this down in the comments. What do you do in the autumn to make things cozy, etc. for yourself? Are there any traditions that you do? I would love to know. It'd be great to come and chat in the comments. And on your way there, if you want to hit that notification bell, the subscription bell, it helps my channel keep growing, which is great. And if you hit the like button as well, it helps us out in the lovely YouTube algorithm. But it'd be just really nice to come chat. I hope you've enjoyed this video, friends. Until my next one, stay safe, happy reading. Bye.